Finally, after months of stream highlights and content slop, finally, a fucking video essay. Hello boys and welcome back to another video. And for this time, it's a constructive video without any skibbity oil reaction image type of shit. Today, we are discussing about Honkai Battle Pass.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
I know. There are already like 50 videos and like 100 Reddit posts asking whether the Battle Pass is worth it or not. But this video is special. This video has nothing. I mean, what do you expect, bro? It's just about the Battle Pass and some of my personal experiences and... Okay, let's move back to the main topic here. This video will be split into 4 sections. Quick overview of the Battle Pass, beginner, mid-game, and finally, endgame. I ain't cutting out, man. Quick explanation of the term. Beginner is for those that just started playing the game. Mid-game is like for players that have a functional ice, lightning, fire, and physical team, but not yet fully geared or catch up to the recent meta. And lastly, endgame. It's just people that are level 88, team all maxed out, and flex about their score in the Discord channel. Of course, you all feel free to skip to the part you want, but you know, preferably watch the whole video because I need much time. And with that, is the Battle Pass worth it or not? Let us see. The Battle Pass are split into 3 main tiers: Vanguard, Knight, and Paladin. Each cost 0, 600, and 1280 respectively, which if converted into real money, $0, 228,000 Vietnam dong, and 69,702,190.52 Venezuelan bolivares. The differences between Vanguard and Knight are massive. More crystals, you get character shots, blah blah blah. This, of course, will be more focused on later sections. But the difference between Knight and Paladin are not that big. You are getting no additional crystals, a bit more Battle Pass points to level up faster, few more character shots, and for the double the price as well. Therefore, I will not recommend you to get this tier as it's just a waste of money. There's a shop where you can buy characters, weapons, stigmatize, elves. With this currency called Crystallum, you can get this from the Battle Pass and buy 2 in Dome Shop. Of course, this will be focused on later sections. The shop theme will last for 4 patches. Each patch, the Battle Pass will reset and more items will come out as time goes on. But the shop items won't reset during that time. So, for example, if you buy this stigmata in version 7.4, you won't be able to buy it again in 7.5 to 7.7. And there's this PP arsenal where you can buy stuff to upgrade stigmata, weapons, blah blah blah. And for the third time now, this will be focused on later sections. So, as a beginner, the main focuses are getting as many crystals as possible to pull for new meta characters and build a team for them as you approach mid-game player status. This is where the shops come to play. The characters it offers are somewhat usable in current meta to completely unviable. To get a character, you will need 32 crystallum. You get 14 per patch if you buy the Knight, 5 if you don't. So it will take you around 3 patches to get the desired character, which leave you with 1 patch left to buy the signature weapon or some stigmatize and rank up stats. Remember what I said earlier, that the characters are sometimes completely useless? The characters it offers are somewhat usable in current meta to completely unviable. Well, forget what I just said. Because, in my opinion, as a beginner, you would rather speedrun getting a team for specific elements and be able to compete in a base to get more crystals to invest in future meta vox than worry about how playable is the character in BP. Just remember, almost every other beginners also has the same problem of not having the right vox for the right boss. So if you even have the slightest of advantage, that's still a big W. I just realized this is like a pyramid scheme. Crystals you get from the base will be used to pull for new vox just to use them in the base to even get more crystals. Talking about crystals, you get 1260 if you buy Knight and 540 if you don't. The former gives you 4.5 pools and latter barely even 2 pools, 4.93 pools to be exactly. So yeah, talking about crystals, it's barely anything. And you would rather buy the monthly pass at the point, not gonna lie. But 1 pool might be the "this changes everything," so be considerate before buying. Other than that, you also get resources such as Phase Shifter, Asherite, AA Imajon to upgrade weapons and stigmatas, especially Stigma Resonance. Those help you to buy really useful stigmatas such as Beethoven M, Tesla TM, and Fuhua Minecraft set. I know most of them are all craftable and you're not really getting that much, but as a beginner, You don't have that much resources, so if you want to speedrun glitches 80%, buying might be a good choice. You're also getting a lot of honey chips if you buy the pass, which can be used in PP Arsenal to buy extremely important resources like Honkai shot. It's like very expensive to get one as a beginner, and you need none of them to max out one weapon. So consider that as well. As for Ancient Power and Legacy, they are used in World Treasury to buy Vox or Vox shards to upgrade them. There are Vox that are still being used in Crit Meta, Chushang, and Sirin. The rest got power grab. Still, most of them are decent for beginners. Rosemary is a bagger as a unit, and Wife as the Imperia is a solid support that sadly got crap by Truth. And most of that stuff are craftable, and you can bought them off in Action Shop. As for Taurus and SC Meadow, they are for later in the game, so you don't really have to worry about it now. So in conclusion, my opinion, you're getting quite a good deal with 328,000 Vinam. The main selling point here is the BP shop. Other than that, the resources are nice, and if you don't have a use for them now, they can be very useful later on. It is your choice to buy or not, and just remember to spend your resources wisely, as this game is not kind if you're not.
Every night brings a dream of the day.
Now for mid-game, I would expect you to have 4 elements teams ready to go, but missing a few bits here and there. If you're at the stage, then the cutters are not really worth it for you to buy, unless you want them for collection, of course. However, the stick badass and weapons might be useful to you. Aside from the weapons and stick badass for the theme characters, there are also off-banner ones. Currently, there is stuff for Leo Crucio and Origin. Leo Crucio is of course no longer in meta, but if you still don't have gears for Auto Crucio, getting this might be a good choice. In recent updates, they added Elf to the battle pass. They are useful supports, and having them might be another. This changes everything. They provide buff, debuff, and some of them just delete character cooldown time. They are a game changer as you get higher in Abyss ranking, such as Ratatus and especially Nirvana. When you play with one of them, life will never be the same. The fact that they delete city time means that they can be put onto any teams, even if it's not the element that they support. This is extremely useful when you somehow FF a rotation in a good run and don't want to reset it. This reason alone is just why you should buy the PP if you want to semi-try hard in Abyss. As you're approaching endgame, there are 2 items that you really need to store up: Einstein Taurus and SC Meadow. They are essential for pre-arming. You will unlock this at level 81. It's basically adding another skill to the weapon and making it even stronger. These materials are really hard to get. For Taurus, you can only get it from here, which is not a lot, 20 per week and 50 per patch from Dom Shop, and you need a total of 400 to max out a weapon. For Meadow, it's also not very kind to you. You need 520 to max out, but at least you can buy 150 per week with Asteroid and 100 for free in PP Arsenal. If you're buying the PP, you will get 80 Taurus and... Wait, what? No Meadow? Oh shit. Okay. Hear me out. I know this sounds very bad, but to buy 150 metal, you need 36k asteroid, which is a lot. So the asteroid you get from BP will aid you, and you can save some asteroid to max out some SP Vox. Sound like a good deal to me, not gonna lie. But to be real, the amount of metal and Taurus you're getting from BP are not that insane. It's very small, but if you are aiming to get the elf, this will add up in time, and since you're not yet level 81, once you get there, you probably will have enough to pre-arm some signature weapons for meta characters, and just might have enough to max out one. I'm too lazy to do the math, so...
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
In conclusion, the PP are still useful, as the main selling point is now the elf instead of the box. Some points from beginners still apply, like the resources you get to upgrade stuff are POG if you're broadcast. Man, I can't be saying that, that's just me. And it's good to store up Taurus and Metal for later on, so you don't have to cry like me. It's still your choice to choose to buy it or not.
Say my name.
I mean, if you're already at endgame without buying the BP, then why are you even watching this? But since you're here, then let's get going then. At this point in the game, all your teams are maxed out, so the only things that are worth getting from the BP are just the elf and resources like Taurus and Metal. Other than that, the characters are for collection purposes if you don't have them yet, and there's literally nothing else. If you're already at endgame, then you should already have everything spare and ready to be used at any time of the day. In conclusion, if you have spare money, then sure, buy the BP like me, but you don't really have to. The wolf decreases dramatically from mid to endgame. I mean, like, at this point, might as well just buy the paladin, bro, to flex the frame. So, my final conclusion to whether the battle pass is worth it or not for a beginner, like 100% bro. Resources are nice, characters it offers are good to have when you like basically have nothing at start, and you can start saving this stuff for later on in the game. For mid gamers, maybe like 75 to 90%. PP is still good, health, resources, blah blah blah. When you are at mid game, you should already know how to manage your resources, so the BP became less useful, but still, just nice to have if you accidentally upgrade something way too much and it get pack prep the next day. And for endgame, BP is like ultimately worthless. You don't have to buy it, but if you like me, still don't know how to manage my resources, then sure, buy it. Yeah, that's the video. It's been a while since I did this, so if there are any misinformation or I said something too confusing, just comment below, man. And I also love to hear about your opinion as well. Definitely not to push this video into algorithm. I will now go to Happy Nation and see you guys next later.